Welcome back to another episode of Restore to Explore. Today we're working on the heart and soul of the HX Ute, the VN 5 litre. So, luckily for me, this engine is in pretty good condition. It was running when it came out. It was running really well. And it's been rebuilt fairly recently, probably in the last 5 years of when it was running. Obviously, it's been sitting for a while, but it's in pretty good nick. So, what we're going to do, I'm just draining the oil at the moment. This thing's just going to get sump cooled off, new sump gasket, front and rear main seals. Obviously we're going to put some new manifold gaskets on it. We're going to respray it all in GMH red. So we're just going to give it a quick freshen up, just give it a reseal. A couple of things have to be changed to convert it to petrol. So obviously it's got a blanking cap here for where the fuel pump would go. So got a fuel pump for that, going to put that in. Pretty much just get it ready to run petrol. We've got a carby for it, so we've got a Holly 600 vacuum secondaries. So it should just be a nice street carby, nothing too crazy, just something that you can cruise in. And yeah, it should be pretty smooth. So gonna continue ripping this thing down, probably gonna take it outside, give it a degrease, as well as the gearbox. Gonna take that out, give that a pressure wash. And then same thing for the gearbox, new seals, some fresh oil. Put it all back together. The clutch that came off, it's like brand new, so that's a pretty clear sign of how much driving it actually got after everything got put back together. Yeah, the clutch is beautiful. It's actually in very good nick. And even this oil that's coming out now, still gold. So anyway, gonna keep tearing into this and take you along for the ride. So I just picked up this new sandblaster down from Supercheap. It's $250 with the sand. It was on special, and I had a sandblasting cabinet before, and it was just old, and it was just, I think the gun was broken, all the seals were leaking. I tried putting a new Perspex bit on it, and nothing was working. So anyway, I got this one, and it's working so good. I've just done a bunch of pieces that I took off the engine, and I'm actually going to keep tearing into the engine now. I'm going to start wire wheeling, degreasing in some of these areas here. Going to sand down these valve covers, or maybe even I'll sandblast them, because this is going to get sprayed all GMH red, all back to factory spec. And then after that, obviously fuel pump can go on, all that other stuff. So I'm going to keep tearing into the engine now. How good does that look? That's just the first coat, and it already looks so good. The valve covers, I'm going to take them off and do them separately because I want to sand them down, get them real nice. And I've actually just got a heat gun just here, you can see in the bottom corner. So I went over the whole engine with the heat gun, got the metal nice and hot. Also put the spray paint in a bucket of boiling water before I mixed it as well, which just really helps get the paint hot. So the surface is hot, the paint going onto it's hot, and then I actually go around it with the heat gun after the first coat and put it on again. This engine paint in particular really likes going on in heat. I mean, all paint does in general, but the ceramic particles and the stuff that's in engine paint, exhaust paint, any high temp paint really likes the heat. So they're the things that I do. Heat this up before, heat the paint up, and then do this after. This is dried now, so I'm gonna go ahead. I've got the second can in the hot water at the moment. I'm gonna put this on to heat all this up, and then I'm gonna go around and we'll do the second coat. Alright, so I've just finished cleaning up the valve covers, so I'm going to go ahead, prep wipe these down, and then get some Chevy orange on these so I can whack these back on the engine. So that's about all the work we're going to be doing on the engine today. We've gotten as much of the accessories on as we can. The rest of the stuff I'm going to do once the engine is back in the car, or in the chassis I should say. But that's going to be for next episode, guys. So thanks for watching once again. Please like and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all this content, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.